We are.
25 fantasy football. How's the
You're
king feeling?
close.
How's the king feeling?
On top of the world and the throne for now.
Yes. Well, I feel like it's fitting, Paul, right? That to get started, first thing we do is give him the floor. Let him do his spiel, however you want to go, as long as you want, as short as you want.
Right on. Won't be that long. And I promise this is the last time I'll talk about last season, because as we all know,
well, this is your moment.
It's my last moment to talk trash. Not my last moment, but the only season that matters is the current season. But I will say, I'm going to do this a little Dan Campbell style. I got 3 game balls I'm going to give out for last season, for helping me win the ship last season. But before I get to that, I want to go back to a moment in 2022 when I almost quit the league because I had gotten last after drafting Kyle Pitts in the 4th round or something. It was a dark time. And ever since that season, my strategy has been to scoop up as many wide receivers as possible. It became my identity. So fast forward to this season, lo and behold, I have a bunch of wide receivers, but no RB2. So my first game ball goes to James Cook, who I got in a trade from Josh midseason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the moment I knew I won the league is when James Cook ripped off like a 70-yard run and I spammed the chat. So I think that's first game ball. So,
okay, first.
But yeah.
You said you have 3 game balls though?
I do. That's the first one. The second one goes to Paul Nickelbine, actually.
Oh no.
So there was a certain owner, Vince Zom, who was charging hard towards the playoffs at the end of the year. And all he needed to do to get in the playoffs was to beat Paul Nickelbine, and I would have been out. And I don't know if it was the last game of the season or second to last game of the season, but Paul Nickelbine pulled out a win over Vince, and I made the playoffs instead of Vinny. So I owe Paul Nickelbine some credit for that.
Damn.
Thank you.
And that sucks, dude. That
I'll
would
wait
have been a lot
for my
better
game
for me
ball,
if you
yeah.
didn't make it in.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, yeah. And then the last game ball goes to the Ravens offensive coordinator and the Eagles offensive coordinator. I'm forever thankful that they didn't give the ball to Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley within 5 yards for 2 weeks so that I could beat Austin, because Austin had both the number 1, number 2 running backs, and I guess I got lucky those 2 weeks. They didn't put up a whole lot of points. So
yeah, right when they needed it, they were not there.
Yeah, yeah. So they disappeared. But yeah, it's been 14 seasons. I think this is my first win in 14 seasons. So yeah, it felt good. I was literally jumping in my kitchen when I won. So it was a good feeling. So
go ahead, Paul, say something. I know something's coming.
It's cool to see you, Paul, now join the ranks of the winners. And I mean, even on the pod right now, I'm looking at my screen now. It's Steve between 2 winners. I wonder if he'll ever experience that. But to be fair, he's also in the division that doesn't have 3 winners itself. So
yeah,
I'm happy, people. I'm happy.
Yeah.
As soon as you said first one, I was like, oh, I could see him smiling.
In fact, Paul, I think the East only has 1 championship in the PPR era. So
I think you're right, because all of Josh's were, I think, right before the PPR era.
So I just looked at the trophy, actually. Josh does have the only win from the East in the PPR. Now that Dan is in the West, the East only has 1 win in the PPR era. So Austin's championship came in the non-PPR era. So,
how long ago was Austin's? He talks big all the time.
Oh, it was a while ago.
I think it was, I'm too lazy to grab it, but I think it was 2016 around. I'm not sure. So,
yeah, nice. Yeah, that's actually really, so literally only 1 team from the East has won in the PPR. How long have we been doing PPR?
I think since Al joined in, 2018, 2019? Because Al won the first. It was a half PPR year, but so.
Wow.
I only bring up the PPR versus non-PPR. It's a little bit of picking.
Oh, you're saying besides Dan?
Besides Dan, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dan's in the West now. So
yeah, Dan's in the West now.
You shipped off your strongest with us.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good luck, I guess. Right.
I'm cherry picking data, but it's a fun thing.
All right. And so then, Paul, you've got anything else you want to say?
Only year that matters is this year. So.
Oh yeah.
Josh is the only one who went back to back. Al didn't even do it. So I think Josh is the true GOAT, honestly. May have been his first 2 years in the league, so got a chance to do that. So I'll shut up about last year. I'm ready for this year. So
I am too. I think we all are. I'm excited. This is going to be such an interesting year, especially with the little switch in the divisions, which I think was what we're going to start going over next. And Paul, I'll let you start off with this. So we wanted to review first rivalries, look over the rivalries going into the year, and then talk about some of the changes specifically. Since we were just talking about Dan, Dan is now in the West and Mark is in the East. How do you feel about this, Pickle?
For me personally, I think it's a move to help you guys in the East kind of maybe get another championship here, hopefully. Because like once we combine all the people who just don't win championships, I mean, maybe this is how Mark gets his first one. It'd be kind of cool to see. But no, in all seriousness, I don't think it really changes much. I still have to play Luke week 1. And I think if anything, it really kind of hurts the bottom feeders in your division. Kind of like Vinny. Right now it's kind of Josh, because you guys have to play Mark now 2 times a year. And that's going to be a challenge.
That's going to hurt the bottom feeders?
Yeah, because they're just not going to get another chance at a win. Because I'll be the first one to admit, Dan has had some down years as of late. And you've been able to sneak off a couple of wins, and then he just somehow ekes into the playoffs, or it's always usually solidly decent. And Mark, for some reason, has really turned it on the last, would you say, Paul, last maybe 3 years? He's been substantially better.
I would agree. Last year, he had a really good team last year.
Yeah.
So, strong team, could have made the playoffs, but had some bad luck.
Last year, the year before, and maybe even the year before that, Dan has not had a very good team. But like, I do think looking at Dan's draft, I don't really know what's going to happen this year, really. Like, it's very hard to tell, but Dan's draft looks pretty rough. I think you guys are not going to have a very strong Dan in the West this year. But then again, I don't really like a lot of the teams in the West right now. So it's funny you say it got stronger when I think the East is going to be clearly better records and points for this year.
Maybe, but really the only thing that matters is where the champion comes from. I mean, Paul, you have the trophy.
This is true.
I mean, so, I'm just telling you, the East is going to be a better overall division this year. You can bring up the championships. I'm tired of this talk of this shit because it doesn't move anything forward.
We'll see.
We're talking about this year.
We'll see. I mean, you may have better records, but the championship is what matters at the end of the year. We'll see where that champion comes from. I mean, I think it's going to come from the West. We'll talk about the rankings a little bit later. But no, I definitely think it's going to come from the West. But we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, so, I don't really think switching divisions. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I do think Dan, even if he does have a bad draft or bad team, he does usually find out a way to get something good going. I feel like he has that capability. Where I think Mark kind of has to start with a better draft, to be honest. And he might have a good one. I really don't know. It's really close this year. There's only a few drafts I don't like.
Yeah. I guess, do you think this affects any of the new rivalries? Because already in the chat, we've had a new one kind of just pop up between you and Paul. What's your guys' thought about that?
Well, it's kind of interesting because it is a rivalry because he did me so dirty. I mean, he took the hope from me like week 1. It was, I mean, the points he put up were the craziest things I've ever seen. So he did not put me down gently. He just, well, actually he kind of did, I guess, because it wasn't, I knew it was over right away. But it was like, holy shit. But yeah, I really want to beat him this year, and I really don't think his team, I think his team has a lot of holes. So I want to see you fall down. I want you to fall down after what you did to me. But more so, I would say like, I think we'll see how these games go. I think we're going to need more games because if anything, it's a fresh rivalry. Because now I'm talking shit about your team, right? So if you come out and you smack the shit out of me, this could build. But right now, it's a little bit of the past still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
Past still hurts.
Well, fresh start this year. There's everyone starts 0-0 right now. So
yeah, and
unfortunately, we only play each other once during the season. So
yeah.
I think you said it's week 3. So.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, week 3. I'm getting you at a great time.
Big week.
I don't even know your team's identity yet. You're not going to be able to figure out the RB2 issue.
Who's my RB2 right now? Montgomery?
Yeah, you don't even know. I mean, that's the problem right now.
Yeah.
No,
If I,
it's
if I
Montgomery.
yeah, if I get a running back injury, it might be downhill pretty quick. But see
Right,
how it
but your
goes.
receivers have been known to carry the league last few years. So
Yeah, even with Lukey a couple years ago. So
yes.
Yep.
All right. So then now we'll kind of let's move on to like draft stuff. We'll look over the
Yeah.
draft, and then we can kind of go over. We have a little segment we're doing. We're going to do the 3 best value picks and the 3 worst value picks. And I'm just going to say this is probably like the way I did it, right? I looked through. I didn't do a super deep look through. I looked for 3 I liked, 3 I didn't like, So
Yep.
this isn't us saying that if you look through the entire draft, there's not going to be one that is more valuable or less. But this is probably, for me especially, has a lot of personal opinion on how a player is going to play this year.
Yeah. Do I just go like in a circle, say 1-1-1 all the way through?
Yeah, we could do that. So
Yeah.
we could
I'm gonna pull it up on my phone.
we'll start with best. So let me pull this out.
So we're starting with our who had the best value. You like
In
that?
our eyes, who had the best value? I guess
Yep.
we'll start top down. We'll start with
Okay.
Paul Pickle up top.
I really liked. I was really frustrated. Austin sniped him right before me. Picked number 23, Omari Hampton. I think he got so much value for that. He was able to wait until the 3rd round to snipe that. I love that. I think that was great value at 23, Omari
Okay.
Hampton.
I like
I
that.
think he's gonna be a top 3, top 5 running back, easy.
Yeah. Oh, we want to go. Okay, we'll just kind of
Yeah.
tear it down. Okay, so my first I had went to my boy. I didn't pick him. Josh did. But Josh got Kenneth Walker at 42, pick 42. And I think that's value because I just think he's a really good running back. I think he's always going to be a top valued running back. And I looked and like there's a lot of people taking over him. Bucky Irving, right? Amari Hampton by a lot, so I feel like 42, Kenneth Walker, I feel like that's super high value.
I agree with that. Yeah.
That's a good pick. I had T. Higgins at pick 45 in the 5th round. I think that's a solid flex. He was ranked by ESPN maybe a little bit high, but in the 3rd round, I believe. So to get him in the 5th round, I think is solid. I mean, he could be a top 10 wide receiver this year. Very easy.
I forget. Did you say who picked him?
You did.
Oh,
Pickle.
yeah.
I have I don't know if I fully believe because it could be decent value, but he's still second fiddle to Jamar Chase. So it's like for me, I think is valuable, but I'm not like super ecstatic if I get him at that player at that round. But who knows?
I was just happy I got him that late because I think he had like anywhere from a 15 to a 35 point a week wide receiver.
And he's never let you
such a
down
high
before,
peak.
right?
Hey, he has to be healthy. When he's healthy, we're good.
Oh, he was healthy, scoring you nothing. I thought.
No, he was dying with Achilles.
Okay.
Not Achilles, it was a hamstring. But then for mine, not to toot my own horn, but I was shocked that I was able to get Kamara at number 25. That I was floored by. I really wanted to Omari Hampton. I thought that would have been a snipe, but getting Kamara after seeing and hearing Steve all last year say how good he was, I'm happy with that. With the 25th pick.
That's awesome. It's funny. Something's going to tie in pretty funny down the line. I'll just wait for it. But my second was Vinny taking James Cook at 37. Just because I think James Cook is going to be incredibly good this year. I think he is an incredible player. I think the Bills are going to more of a running first. They don't want Josh Allen just throwing the ball and running around. So at 37, I saw like a lot of running backs get picked before him that I just think are way less valuable. So I think James Cook at 37, pick 37 is crazy because I would have probably taken him back of the 2nd round.
I think he's 27, but 3rd round though.
Oh yeah, that's 27. You're right.
Yeah, it would be 3rd round though. Yeah.
Man, he'd get a lot of praise this pod. Game ball from Paul.
Yeah.
No praise from Steve.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I didn't pick any of my picks like a fucking asshole. No, I'm just
So I got A.J. Brown for my next pick at pick 29. I get he's got the hamstring injury, but when healthy, he's elite, and I think the back of the 3rd round is good value for a player like him.
Yeah.
So
I like that.
but we'll see if he stays healthy. So
Yeah.
Then my last best pick was actually Dan's, number 71, Xavier Worthy. Now, Rashid Rice or whatever his name is, might not play this year. Who knows how all the legal stuff. I know he's suspended for at least 6 weeks. And getting him possibly the number 1 wide receiver in KC at 71, I think is crazy. That's the 8th round, I believe.
It is the
So
8th round.
I was shocked with that value there because like that's a number one receiver possibly. Yes, it's a KC receiver, but still number one at 71. Pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that pick too. I think Kansas City's going to have a little bit of a resurgence this year. I mean, it's tough trying to go for a three-peat. I feel like there's some mental fatigue there, but I think we're going to see a little bit more from their offense this season. That's my personal.
I would love to see that, but I still think they're KC and they'll figure out a way to get in the playoffs. Like I think they'll get in the playoffs. I'm not saying they're going to do very well, but yeah, my last best pick for the round is I'm going to get probably a lot of hate for this, but it's Kelsey in the 6th round, pick 66. Now the only reason I say that is because I think he's actually retiring after this year. So my thought process is like, as long as he's healthy, he's still going to probably get good points, and he's in a tight end spot, which no tight ends do good. So like, how bad could it be? So I think picking him up in the 6th round, I think that actually was going to work out pretty well for Luke if he stays healthy.
The problem that I see with Kelsey is he's not going to play for the first half of the year, or not play well, I should say. He doesn't need to. He's just going to coast, and then when he needs to play near the end of the season, so probably like week 9, 10 fantasy, that's when he's going to be really good. And I just 6th round, we'll see.
I mean, I
we'll
just
see.
think that he's not going to coast as much because if this is truly going to be his like last year, he's not going to want to go out like that, right?
Here's the problem with Travis Kelsey. He's engaged. We have seen how that has worked out for our league. If you're engaged, you get last in the league. I think he's a little unfocused coming into this season. So I don't know.
Here's that.
Yeah, but doesn't he just say, "Hey, last year, honey," and then we're good. I'm good, and then he just can lock in.
Maybe that's what that means. I mean, that could be what it means. I'm not gonna die on the sub, but I'm just playing the devil's advocate, so to speak.
No, I like it. All right, but yeah, we'll see what he goes because we're gonna know probably pretty early if he's gonna be valuable or not.
Oh yeah,
For sure, yeah.
And then Paul, your
And
last
then
one.
my last one, I know who it is, but I just want to make sure I'm getting it right. Who was picked before him? Amon-Ra St. Brown at pick number 10. So the two people went right before him, Achan and Neighbors. I have a lot of doubts, but I'm a little bit surprised Amon-Ra fell to Dan at 10. And I think that's huge for Dan. At the 10th turn, he gets Amon-Ra and Nico, 2 solid cornerstones for his team. So I know it's only a few picks, but in the first round, I mean, I think that makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
So.
That's funny that you mentioned that. You'll see here in a bit. But also, you mentioned Nico. I think Dan had a great early draft.
Absolutely.
I struggled not putting Nico in my top 3.
No,
Yeah.
I think Amon-Ra and Nico are incredible. I just think after that, I didn't agree with a lot of the decisions after that, but he got super value around that turn, I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But all right, so then we'll do the worst. Let's put a target on some people's backs.
My first paid player, hilarious that you mentioned him already, Paul. A chain. I hated a chain. I picked him at 8. I just feel like you can't trust him. Like he is a 2nd round running back all the way. You could have had Amon-Ra. You could have had Nico. I hated that pick at number 8 with a chain.
100% agree. No chance he plays every single game this season. He's already got a soft tissue injury in camp. You got Tua's health to worry about. Dolphins might fire the coach after week 5. Yeah, there's just a lot of question marks. He's being drafted at his ceiling.
Yeah.
And I don't want that player on my team.
No.
There's no way.
Like, I think A-Chain is still a valuable player, but like I was feeling happy when I was drafting him because in some mock drafts I drafted him like at the end of the 2nd round, you know?
Yeah.
So like 8's crazy.
Yeah.
8 is crazy. All right, here's going to be no one's going to agree with me on this. And me and Paul Pickle have actually talked about this. And I'm just going to bring it up. So my first worst value is Josh at pick 12 with Drake London. I am not I think Drake London's a good player. I think Drake London will get good points. I also think Atlanta threw for like 1,000,000 yards last year. Like they had a lot of high scoring games. And Drake London, if you look at his points, he was good. He was solid. He wasn't great. So I think like getting Penix, like they're going to obviously focus on Bijan the run. Like they have other weapons like Mooney and stuff. I just didn't really see him as a player being at the echelon he was, pick 12. Like I felt like there's so much value on that back end that I'd rather take, and I feel like that's a really hot take. So what do you guys think?
I actually agree with this take. I had London for part of last year, and he played well, but I don't. I think part of the reason why he's getting drafted higher, ranked higher, is because he had better games with Michael Penix the last few games of the season, and I think that's why he's a little higher. Bajan's higher, but I just don't see him getting like that much volume. Like there's Mooney's a good wide receiver, and it's early second round too. I mean, he's gonna be good, but I just think it's too high.
Yep.
So the other options that are there are more valuable in my opinion. So.
I wish Josh would have drafted him at the 9 spot, but yeah, no, I think he's gonna be good this year. You guys said it. He played much better with Michael Penix, new starting quarterback who's gonna be there. You could already see that they had some chemistry. I don't like that take, but that's where you and I, Steve, we're gonna disagree, and hopefully for Josh's
Well,
sake,
so he has 2 good
right.
games with Penix, so that moves him up 20 spots in the draft.
It wasn't just 2 games he was good. He was good the whole year, dude. He ended the year as the number 5 receiver.
Oh, he did. Oh, that's
He did
weird.
actually?
I believe so.
I just don't.
I had him in 2 other leagues, and he was a dog and carried me in the 2 other leagues.
I just think Atlanta's going to struggle to score points more as much as they did last year.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you have Bijan, you have Michael Penix. That was your problem. You couldn't move the ball in the air very much. Fortunately, with Kirko, I really like it, but we'll see.
All right, and then Paul, your first hate.
All right, I'm just pulling this up my draft up, so this one will be interesting. It's actually one of the people I hate. It's one of Pickles people that he likes. Omari Hampton, I hate at the pick 23. Okay, so Austin picked him. Austin had drafted a running back and a wide receiver before then, so he's not necessarily tied to pick a running back. Here are some names that are available after Hampton: James Cook, AJ Brown, Tyreek Hill, whatever you think of him, it's might still a Tyreek. Kenneth Walker, Brock Bowers. There's of course Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson were there. Smith and Jigba. There was a lot of options, and to go for a rookie running back, who I mean, he's in a run-first offense, but Najee the Pirate is back on the depth chart. I mean, I just feel like it's a high price to pay. So, but
interesting. It's interesting because I understand what you're saying, and I usually have a bad time putting a judgment on rookies, but I actually think Najee Harris being in that backfield makes him more valuable, Omari Hampton. Now, I don't know what kind of a running back he is. I do think he's going to get the load of the carries, and I think he will be decent, but I could definitely understand. You're right. The players you listed off are good freaking assets, so it makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, you said it yourself. His backup back on the roster is a one-eyed wonder.
Are they just going to run Najee either to the right or the left, wherever his good eye is?
I don't think they're going to run him at all.
When they're at the goal line, he won't be able to see the whole right or left side blocking. He can't be a goal line back anymore. I love that Omari Hampton pick because of Najee. You're so right.
I mean, you might be right. So, I mean,
we'll see. But, so, Paul, who's your second most hated?
Again, it's hilarious. Neighbors, I hated that pick by Josh. At 9, even. Like, I did not understand that because who's his quarterback? Russell Wilson for the first half of the year, and then Jackson Dart. Hey, maybe they signed the Mafia guy back again. What's his name? DeVito. I mean,
something like that.
Neighbors looked really good, yes, but I just don't see how he can be a number 9, your first pick wide receiver that you build your team around. We'll see. But I hated that one.
With that take. Yep.
I mean, I would never pick it, but that's kind of where he was going in a lot of drafts. And he is a good player. I understand what you're saying. I wouldn't pick it either. My second most hated. And honestly, it's not even that bad where he took him. I just would not touch this dude with a 10-foot pole. Mark took Metcalf, and I think it was 4th round, like middle round. So it was like pick 45, right? And there were some good players I saw afterwards.
4th round. Pick 37 in the 4th round.
37. Pick 37.
Yeah.
Yep. And I just saw a lot of players I would way rather have behind him. And Metcalf's playing for the Steelers, and that's just going to be a travesty. It's just, I'm not a fan.
I I think the Steelers are going to be fine this year. I think they'll win some games. I think they'll make the playoffs, and I think Metcalf is going to be a big reason why. I think getting him at 4 was actually pretty decent value.
So if you're saying that you think Rodgers is going to finish the whole year and actually win games.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might have to agree with Steve on this. So actually, Metcalf was one of my my hated picks, and here's some names that went after him: Smith and Jigba, Cortland Sutton, T. Higgins, Mike Evans. These are all wide receivers that you could have taken instead of DK Metcalf. So I get the talent is there, but I mean, we saw Rodgers play the last couple of years. That makes me nervous, especially in the 4th round when you're So.
All right, perfect. Well,
my last one, Dan picked him, new division mate, but I hated where he picked him. Harvey at 51, so that's 6th round. I mean, we're going a Denver running back at 6th round. I hate that. Like, when have the Denver running back been good in the last 5 years, 6 years?
Yeah, and you took Swift 50, Harvey 51.
Yep.
Pickle's on fire with these hated. I'm on board with that as well. The Denver backfield is Sean Payton's running it, like split committee probably.
Yeah.
I don't trust it either.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like, J.K. Dobbins is there, so like,
I
assume he will probably start getting, a decent bit more carries, but I mean, I don't know. He would have to if Dobbins starts well, Harvey's going to be on the backseat.
Yeah.
It's just a rookie thing too. Like, it's a rookie running back. I've never even seen this dude run. Like, it's hard to judge what they're going to be in the NFL.
Yeah. I saw somewhere that rookie running backs are going high this year compared to previous years, but rookie running backs have performed well. I think last year they performed pretty well.
Yeah, there's always a few that pop off.
Yeah. Don't quote me on that. I read that somewhere, but it's
okay. It's my turn for a third, Mosaden.
Yep.
We're gonna send this one over to Pickle. Taking Mr. Genty at pick 16. Talk about a lot of good players behind.
So are we going to just disregard what we just said? There's a lot of good running backs that get drafted high that are young running backs. I mean, there's going to be some duds like Harvey, but Genty, he's going to be the future.
We're talking about like James Cook getting picked in the 3rd round and someone else getting picked in the 3rd round. And then in the middle of the 2nd, you're taking Genty.
Yes.
Hope that works out, But again, rookie. Like, we know a little bit more about Genty, obviously, but
might be one of the reasons why I have a modern championship and you don't right now.
I kind of like the Genty pick, actually. Saquon did it as a rookie. Like, he returned 1st round value, and Genty can't win the 2nd. So I mean,
I feel like you're always having someone like this on your team, Paul, like Najee Harris, like these young running backs. Bijan, when he did not help you out, like, you always find these guys that are kind of like on the edge of, like, we don't really know if he's good yet, and you take him at good range, and so far it hasn't really worked out a ton. But Genty could be one of them. Did you have Josh Jacobs when he first was in the Raiders? Or that might have been Josh.
No, that was
Dan,
right? I did win it because of Josh Jacobs. I had him on my team. I traded for him, but I don't think that was the year that he was a rookie.
Because that's what you're going to need is like Genty to have like that Josh Jacobs year at the Raiders.
I think he will. We'll see.
We shall. And then, Paul, your last one?
Last one was so right before Metcalf was taken, I believe it was Garrett Wilson for the New York Jets at pick 36. So again, Smith and Jigba, Cortland Sutton, T. Higgins, Mike Evans are all there, and Garrett Wilson was selected. I don't know how Justin Fields is going to do this year. It just doesn't feel like a good. It doesn't feel good, even if he does well. It just I don't know. Doesn't feel like someone you want in your wide receiver.
Was DJ Moore good last year?
Yeah, he played pretty well.
Actually, was. So
DJ Moore and
actually,
him are very similar players. And I wanted someone to build around, and I felt like he would be a good pillar to build around. Mike Evans is a pillar that has some cracks in it. You
You
just
thought
don't
Garrett
know.
Wilson was a good pillar to build around?
JSN, I mean, I hate that guy. I don't want to touch him with a 10-foot pole. I mean, I
the Ohio
just,
State guy.
This has turned on to a hate session, dude.
oh, no, I will stand by that Garrett Wilson pick until it kills me. Like, I'm building my house around it.
I will say this: I've heard a lot of people giving it hate, and I'm not as big of a hater on it. I think Justin Fields can still throw the ball like decently well. I think he's gonna. He I feel like he tends to kind of focus on one guy. And Garrett Wilson's like a legitimately good receiver. It's just he's been in a shit situation. So I have more faith in him than like a lot of other receivers. Honestly, I honestly have more faith in Garrett Wilson than Cortland Sutton. I don't
understand the Courtney Sutton love this year. Like, did he do something amazing at the end of last year that I missed?
No, the Broncos are just getting better, and he had a few big games. He had a few big games. That's right.
Okay,
but he seems like he's always been streaky. Like he's always been a really streaky guy.
You have to look at the full picture, and he's not one of those streaky players that I like. So,
and Austin's favorite guy, Evan Ingram, is going to come in, take all the targets. Marvin Mims.
I actually like the Marvin Mims pick. But
okay, so we have a little decision to make here. This thing's going to run out in 4 minutes.
Let's cut it off here and then do the rest of the part.
I'm just going to keep the stream going, and so if you're hearing this now, just skip ahead like 2 minutes to when we're all connected. I'm just going to exit out. I've already got the stuff saved. I'll send it, and we'll just get right back into it.
Perfect. See you.
All right, we're going to do a new meeting. All right, guys, we should be getting back into this pretty quick.
Guess who's back?
Back again.
We forgot. I think during the rivalry session, we forgot to talk about Mark and Vinny.
Oh, we didn't talk about any. We just talked about us, and then we moved on. We forgot to even go over that.
I cannot wait to see Mark versus Vinny this year, and can't wait to read the chat too.
That'd be great. I think that's probably that's definitely the most passionate one.
Yeah,
like that's the one that's the chat's gonna be going crazy on. So who are some other rivalries?
Josh and you, Steve. Actually, that's more of an older one. So
yeah, and it more is just me pissed at Josh and sending him hate. So because he's never done it towards me, he just beats the fuck out of me and it pisses me off.
Yeah, but I think the league pays attention because
I think people are saying, Steve, you and I are rivals, but I always beat you, so it's not really a rivalry.
No, you're wrong. It is definitely not us that are rivalries. We were not a rivalry. You're right.
No.
Yeah.
I need you to enable sharing if you want the stuff shared when we go to the team.
Don't forget about Pickle versus Al. That was a fun one.
Oh, that was a fun one. Yeah. I think he was really good when he was in the league, and I think he got the better of me the majority of the time.
Yeah. I think during that era, I think you and Al were actually the two best in our division. And Luke occasionally.
Luke had kind of, once Al left, has taken that place.
Is that good now? Can you do it?
Yeah.
But right now you're sitting on top. That does. Perfect. Perfect.
I actually think the hero and trap player segment's gonna be really fun because we got one for every team, right?
Yeah, I think
I didn't
so.
do one for myself.
I didn't do one for Vinny. I don't think.
Okay. Oh yeah,
We're
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
still talk about his team coming up here. Dude, what do we want to do next here? Do we want to do the power rankings and then go into the teams?
Yeah, let's check
Or
over the power rankings. Although, like, I don't.
okay,
I mean, there's
so I
not a
just
lot.
have this here that we could show and then talk about it, and then we can talk about what we think are going to happen, and then kind of go into the teams.
Okay. Um, I'll start off by saying in Austin's power rankings, Vinny being put one was shocking to me. I think Vinny
Very.
has a good team and good upside. Um, but I just think like just don't see his team being healthy. Now I don't think I should be able to, I should put merit and like health with fantasy because it's totally unpredictable. It's just he's had CMC, Taylor, and Evans, and every single those guys are always struggling with injuries, and those are the core players of his team, and they're all kind of older.
Yeah.
But he's got, I mean, he's got some good. I think he's a top team right now while they're healthy. I just don't. I think one's crazy.
I look at this and I'm just kind of shocked by the disrespect Paco got, to be honest. He's ranked number one in the coaches poll, but AI hates his team, and Austin's power ranking hates his team. It just is kind of surprising. All the way down at 6, ranked number one in the coaches poll. Kind of crazy to me.
The coaches know, bro. The coaches
do.
know.
I didn't even. I was supposed to send Austin something, but I went to go vote and I couldn't because apparently Dan did 3 or something, or did like 4.
okay.
And then it's the TFFPI. I still don't. I didn't even really. I should have. How does that work? Does anybody know?
It basically looks at the five starters or so. I think.
Yeah.
That was part of it. So.
Okay. So
who do you have going to the playoffs, or your top 3 teams at the end of the year, Steve? And then Paul, how about you?
I will say that from the West, I mean, I really think Luke's team could be a monster, but also a lot of those players you don't really like. They have really good names: Justin Jefferson, Nakua, and Tyreek Hill. So I really think he's going to win it. He'll figure out a way to put it together. His running back situation is rough, but he got Hurts. You got Kelsey, another one where it's like injuries. I don't know how you're not gonna escape all the injuries with all those players. But I would say Luke in the West. I'm gonna put myself in there, obviously in the East, and I think it's gonna be a 2 East year, a 3 East year. No, you know what? I've been looking at the teams, and I've been realizing I've talked a lot of shit to Paco. I'm going to say you're going to sneak in to a playoff spot in the West, and it's going to be me and Josh. Me and Josh in the East, Luke and Paco in the West.
Most respect you can show is disrespect. So total disrespect. So I don't mind the trash talking.
Oh yeah, no, I know, but I actually think like looking at your team, I think that I undervalued Brian Thomas and JSN. They did really have really good years. They're going to be the top receivers for sure. And as long as their offense gets rolling, like I think if those 3 guys are valuable, like you'll put it together, you'll make it work. Got Chase stuff. So, yeah, but your tight end though, you got this tight end you're really big on. What is his name?
Tyler Warren, I think.
Tyler Warren.
So we'll see. We'll see if he's the next Brock Bowers, if he's or if he's not, or if he's just a dud. So,
or the next Kyle Pitts.
Oh goodness, yeah. If he, he will be dropped faster than Kyle Pitts was. So, but
all right. So
I think
which Paul's starting with their playoff team's prediction?
Paco, you go.
Alrighty. So I think that's a good fourth, Steve. I think to start off this prediction, you have to look at who is the 4 playoff teams the last 2 years. It was me, Steve, Lukey, and Austin. So I think 3 of those teams will return. I think me and Lukey will return. And I think I'm actually very big on Vince's team, so I'm going to put Vince in there. I voted for him as the top team in the league. I think He's going running back university. I do like his team a lot, so I put him in there. And then my last pick is Steve. I'm leaving Austin out of the playoffs this year. He's not going to get a chance to get his revenge on playoff Paco. I think that's the guy I'm leaving out this year. So.
Wow, I thought you were totally going to leave me out.
So I mean, it was a tough decision, honestly, between those two. So, but I'm high on Vinny's team, so he was my pick to start. So.
All right, nice, yeah.
So for me,
that's good. I really want to hear Pickles.
It's pretty similar. You kind of looking at not just this year, but also the last couple of years, how people manage. And I'm really high on you, Paul. I think you're going to be making the playoffs again. I think you're going to probably make it as like a 2 seed, but I think you'll make it again. I think the number 1 seed from the East is going to be a former West player in Mark. Going over to the ED division, he's going to have the easiest time. I mean, we're talking about Austin barely missing the playoffs. It's not even going to be close. Austin's not even going to touch the playoffs. He's not even going to touch the playoffs. It's going to be the Mark and probably Josh show, but like Mark is going to be the number 1 seed. Coming from
you said pretty similar to yours.
then the next thing I have is I have myself. I think I'll also make the playoffs. And then finally, hold on, 1, 2, 3, Lukey. Yeah, I think Lukey is gonna be a 3 West show, and really 4 when you consider Mark as a ex-member.
Wow, and all West playoff.
I love it.
I mean, we have the championship power, we have the tradition, we have all the hate. I mean, people hate on the West because they ain't us. They want to be, but they just can't. And you're going to see because they ain't us.
No, it's just because things are a lot nicer in the East around like week 6 and 7 and 8 and 9.
The crossover games.
But yeah, all right. And so then we had. I mean, we can do 3 bottom teams, but like I have no idea.
We can move on. Let's stay positive. Let's move on to like.
I'm just saying, like I really have no input. Yeah, I like this.
Okay, so let's talk about.
Okay, so we got the matchups, man. Okay, so now we're getting the matchups.
What I think we should do here is kind of talk about the teams first. So like go through here, and then we can talk about the matchups later on. What's your guys' thought on that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh well, you want to talk about just talk about the overall teams?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
See what your feeling on is. So let's kind of start here with Paul's team. Paul, kind of tell us what your strengths are, some of your heroes, and everything like that. We can kind of do that here.
Oh yes, the hero.
Yeah, I actually could pull up your team that way. That might be a little better too.
Well, I didn't necessarily intend it this way, but it's back to the bread and butter of the wide receiver university strength. So yeah, I'm gonna have good wide receivers. I'll have to look for other pieces. That's pretty much what it's gonna be like this year. It is. I mean, Jamar Chase is going to be awesome to have. I guess he's my hero then. I guess. I mean, it's probably a pretty easy pick.
I think. I also think like hero in general is not necessarily. Well, Jamar Chase is going to score the most points because he's a hero. If he is the player that's going to carry it, that's fine. But you can also expect like the people taking like top 10, right? They're going to put up points. Yeah. Like for instance, it might be someone like it doesn't have to be that, but yeah, we'll say you can. Yeah, Jamar Chase works good for your hero.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then did you do a trap player for yourself, or if you had a player that you're most concerned about?
It's probably going to be David Montgomery. I mean, I get it, he's good, but. Gibbs is probably a better back, and if Montgomery gets injured, it's the Gibbs show for the rest of the season.
Yeah,
and if he goes down, then I don't know who else I got. Who else do I even have down there? I don't even know.
Not much.
Don't worry, I'll send you a trade on Tuesday.
Okay, so
I might have to make a trade. Yeah.
So Pickle, I think what we can do is while we look at everybody's team, we're just gonna do our heroes and stuff. So do you want to go first? Or you want me to?
Yeah. So I have your hero Brian Thomas. I love him. I think he's going to be. Really just a stable wide receiver that you can just lock in at that number 2. Jamar Chase is the easy one, but you knew what you were going to get when you drafted him that high. Brian Thomas, I think, is a lock and somebody that you can just rely on. And I think your trap player is JSN. I do not like him. I don't like who's throwing him the ball. He's going to be crap for you. You're going to be looking at starting McMillan probably week 2.
Or Cortland Sutton.
Oh, you have that too, but yeah.
It's funny actually because it's a little bit different for me. My hero is JSN.
Oh, wow.
I think JSN is going to be really big for him, and I think it's going to be him and Jamar Chase are going to make him win a decent bit more games. But he does have an RB2 issue, and my trap player is Cortland Sutton, which I also am mystified you took him because you already had Jamar Chase, Brian Thomas, and JSN. So like there were definitely some because Cortland Sutton was like 5th round, right?
Yes, correct.
So or
I could have taken
round, 4th round or 5th round, yeah. I was like, I just am shocked you didn't take a running back there, where like that's the clear weak spot. But I also think he's a trap player because if you're starting him, you're not starting one of the others, and I think the others are much stronger.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah. So I knew Mark Safranek liked him a lot, so I figured that's where I had to take him if I wanted.
Well,
I might have reached a little bit.
You're putting your value in the wrong man. You're trusting the wrong man. No, sure. We'll see. I mean, who knows? But
so we pull up Vinny's team here up next.
Yes.
You guys heroes and trap player. Start with you, Steve.
So my hero is James Cook. Like I've been talking him up in the drafts and stuff. I think that's going to be his hero. It was Paul's hero last year too.
Yeah.
And then trap player. This I might get some hate for. I think it's Laporta.
Ooh.
Because he drafted him 5th round, might have been 6th. I think it was 5th. And he was like, "Oh, it was really good value for him." And I think he did get really good value. 6, so early 6th. But I just don't think he's going to produce as much for tight end. I think the Lions are going to put a lot of points elsewhere, and like he's going to do a lot of blocking and smaller scheme. I just don't think he's going to be as big of a part, especially with the coordinators gone and stuff. Who knows how that's going to happen? But that's my trap player.
How about you, Paco?
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to go with Jonathan Taylor as the hero player. So the expectation is he gets injured. If he stays healthy, he's elite. I mean, I had him last year as well, along with James Cook. He will. And Danny Dimes are saying, I saw some camp reports somewhere that Danny Dimes is starting to throw a little more checkdowns. So I mean, he'll be there. He'll get some work if he stays healthy. If he can stay healthy, I think he can go nuclear some weeks, so to speak. So, and my trap player is Mike Evans due to injury risk. I mean, I personally think he's going to get to those 1,000 yards, but having him as your wide receiver 1, it's a little risky. But
yeah.
And I love Mike Evans. I'm a Mike Evans lover. I like him a lot, but I just it's a little risky.
I know what you're saying.
So.
No, I agree with that. For me, my hero is Lamar Jackson. I mean, he is someone that is going to get you consistent points every week, and I don't know how you go away from that. My trap player, funny that you brought up Jonathan Taylor. I think it's literally Jonathan Taylor. I think in the end it's going to be bad. I think the moment he gets a tweak, there's no reason for him to even try this year. And I think he could be one of those players like he has been the last couple of years that he might be good 1 or 2 games, but he's going to get hurt and not be that good. And I think that kind of sets him, it kind of goes for this whole team almost. I mean, you look at his bench and you have Mooney, who's questionable, Chris Godwin, doubtful. Mike Evans is always on the injury report. Looking at the team as a whole, guys, what is your feeling on this team? I know, Steve, you were a little bit higher on it. Paul, you had them in the playoffs. What's your overall thought on this team?
My thought personally is starting core really good. We talk about these injury issues. He's got Rashee Rice, which is the worst team to have him because they're going to need this flex spot. Like you got Michael Pittman as one of your starters. You're right. His bench, I think, it blows. I don't think he's got any help really on it. Scadaboo, I don't think a Dunze is going to do anything. Judkins isn't even really. I mean, is he even on the team yet? He's got other players who aren't playing to start. Like, yeah. So I think I love his starting lineup, but you're right. This looks like a team's going to get injuries, and if he gets an injury bug, he's done. I think he's just done. He's screwed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have a more optimistic view of this team. Like okay, so his running backs are elite. You know, he's got Mike Evans. He can plug someone in the wide receiver 2 spot. If he can go 3-3, 4-2 the first 6 weeks, Rashid Rice will be back, Godwin will be back, and then all of a sudden you have a wide receiver too. And let's just say Taylor and McCaffrey, one of those two guys is healthy. Like James Cook will stay healthy because Buffalo doesn't use him I don't know. They use him sparing. He's hyper efficient. Like they'll get him like a screen. They'll get
Yeah.
him like a run like on a what do you call it? It's like a handoff when you're in the shotgun. Like they'll
Yeah.
use him in ways that utilize his strengths, and they don't
You're saying they
overuse
do that
him.
with Rice?
Oh no, James Cook.
Oh, James
I'm
Cook.
saying
Oh,
James
Cook.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so Cook will stay healthy, I think, for most of the season. So if he can survive till week 6, I think he's looking to be in good shape.
And so I guess that's where I'm different because I just don't see Rashee Rice as being as valuable as where he's being drafted, because I think the Chiefs are someone to kind of figure out their own pieces. And then wasn't he injured last year due to like an ACL? So he went through a major injury. He comes back, he misses 6 weeks. They're going to have to figure out what they're doing with their offense. I don't think he's going to be a plug and play. Like I don't know if he's going to come back and be great right away. That's my worry with him.
Oh boy. I just got the chat. Looks like Austin just shared 49ers running back Christian McCaffrey limited with Thursday with calf issues. And so it starts.
All right. And with that, we'll move on from this dead team and move to the next.
Let's talk about his rival. His father, some might say.
And he's going to have a lot of red showing next to people's names this year.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right. My hero for this team is Josh Jacobs. Easy would be for me to say Bijan, most projected points, draft them really high. No, I think it's Josh Jacobs. I think Josh Jacobs is going to have a great year now that he's healthy, cleaning up for Jordan Love. I think Jordan Love, especially at the beginning of the year, is going to be really kind of limited. And with that, I think he's going to clean up. I think the trap player is Zay Flowers. I hate that for his flex. His flex, can I just put his whole flex as the trap? Because who is he going to play? Olave? A third string running back in Merritt? Mims? I did say I liked Mims, but again, it's Denver. I'm so Flowers, but overall, the whole flex is just trapped right now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just gonna get this out of the way. I love you, brother Mark. You picked a bad time to have a horrendous draft going to the East. I'm sorry. I think this team is getting last. I love you, brother Mark. I'm cheering for you. I will always cheer for you because we were both championless together. I'm very sorry. You're going to get destroyed in the East this year. That's what I believe, and I'm cheering for you. Go get them. But
okay. So who's his hero player? I guess Bijan.
Well, yeah, it's gotta be. I mean, who else is there on this team? Pick already said Jacob, so Bijan's got to have to do a lot of heavy lifting. I like Terry McLaurin. And the third round, I don't know. And then we already talked about DK Metcalf, Zay Flowers. I mean, I just your hero is going to be someone you get from the waiver wire from a trade. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I hope I am wrong. I'm gonna get some. Maybe I'll get some hate for this, but
no. I mean,
all love from
I understand your sentiment. It's pretty atrocious. I think Vinny will agree too. Yeah. But it's kind of funny because my hero player for his team is Marvin Mims. I think he's going to be his hero, but he's probably not going to start him. Right? It's going to be one of those mark years where all the points happen on the bench. And then his trap player is Metcalf. He's going to have the Metcalf issue of not knowing, is he going to get no points? Is he going to get points? Is he going to play? Is he not? Like, it's just a shit show.
And you have to play him because you drafted him so high and you got nobody else.
No, he has to play Marvin Mims. Will he have the strength to do it?
Yes.
I don't think he will.
Anything else we want to say about this team before we move on?
I think it's enough's been said.
All
I think the full picture's been painted.
Austin. So my hero, I love Omari Hampton. I'm in love with him. He's going to be very, very good this year. His down player, I actually think it's a Ibuka. I don't know why we're relying all of our hopes and prayers on an Ohio State receiver who does nothing. So I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you're gonna be starting Cooper Cup. You're gonna be starting Diggs. I just don't know why.
Who's the hero?
Omari and Hampton. I think
Oh,
Omari and Hampton is gonna be really, really good.
How do you feel about that team name, Pickle? Like, what are your thoughts on
Hey, my I didn't have to pick up and carry my luggage all the way home. It got delivered to my front door. So
Wait, really? That's dope, actually.
yeah, they
Oh,
found it and they just went to ship back on a different plane and all well that ends well.
oh, gotcha. That's the least they could do, honestly. But
Yeah.
oh,
yeah.
dang.
Well, the luggage has been retrieved. Thank goodness. We needed the luggage. My hero. It's kind of this. It's kind of a similar thing. My hero is Jameson Williams, but my trap player is Ibuka as well. And I'm not down on Ibuka. I think Ibuka will be solid. I don't think he's going to be like super consistent, but I actually think this could be a really big blow up year for Jameson Williams, and it's going to be a struggle of which one he starts. I think that's going to be a really frustrating game for him this year of what receiver to start. Because like look at his flex and his receiver too, and look at his bench. Like you have Ibuka and you have Jerome Ford. Jerome Ford will probably not be starting at the running back there for much longer. He probably will be a dud player by week 4. So then it's going to be between Cooper Cup, Jameson Williams, Ibuka for receiver, plus a flex.
I even throw
And
Shakiri in there. I mean,
yeah, no, it could be. I mean, could be Shakiri. I'm not going to count him.
who's
Yeah,
the one
Higgins.
over in Buffalo? Like I don't even know. I think technically him.
Shakiri. I just don't believe in Shakiri either. But
Yeah.
But I think he's going to have an issue of who he starts each week. It's going to be a nightmare.
I like
Yeah,
Chase Brown
it's
and
rough.
Hampton, but
Yeah. I mean, if Ibuka's sitting in your flex, that's different because you're like, oh, high upside. But if he's your wide receiver too, you're like, okay, I need something. Then it's a little more risky.
Yeah.
But okay, so my hero, this is a little bit of a curveball, is Stefan Diggs.
ooh,
Diggs, bro. Okay, hear me out. If he plays, he just came out on a press conference like yesterday and like apologized to the media or something. All right, let's get this off on the right foot. If he's locked in, Stefan Diggs is still Stefan Diggs. He could be the number one receiver in an offense where you got maybe a rookie quarterback who might do something this year. I mean, he's got a high ceiling, and if he and you get him later in the draft, it's good value. Like he could be the hero for this team.
Yeah,
So I've just seen the pitch was there. So
I like it,
um,
but I just don't see a 31-year-old wide receiver being amazing.
well,
it's
it's
happened
totally
many
fair.
times before.
Yeah, yeah, it's
We'll
very
see.
true. So, and then my trap player is Jaden Daniels. The sophomore slump. Maybe it's not statistically a thing, but it's statistically or it's known. I don't know. Maybe it could happen. Maybe he's drafted too high for. He's being drafted like a round after Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. I think I don't know. Too high. The price is too high, my friend.
I agree
But
because one thing I noticed too is like whenever a rookie quarterback comes out and has a really good year, most of the time it's very rare. But most of the time the next year they have a really rough year. It's just like teams get film on him. So I'm really curious about how that's going to happen with Jaden Daniels. Although his deep accuracy throwing was the most insane thing I've ever seen, so he might not get it as bad as others. But like Stroud having a bad year again after you see it a lot. But
yeah,
who
absolutely.
knows? I guess right. Like it's fantasy. Jaden Daniels technically runs, but he doesn't really. Right? He didn't really run much per game.
Yeah, he can run. It's more of a threat that helps him stay alive in the pocket, makes teams have to cover for it. So
Do you think Washington's is going to be bad this year?
I don't think they make the playoffs.
Okay.
They're in the same division as what the Cowboys and the Eagles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think they'll contend for a playoff spot. I think they miss out barely, but
Okay.
who knows? Honestly, so
Any last thoughts on this team as a whole?
No, I think we're good. We'll go next team.
Johnny's.
Good old Johnny. I'll start off with Johnny. Johnny's hero player is DJ Moore. That's going to be the player that's going to need to go off for him, and I think that we'll do pretty well this year. And that's going to be like his main driver in any small success he has with this team. And then my trap player is Devontae Adams. I mean, I can't and you're taking him pretty high. There's so many good players, but I just do not believe in. I don't believe in Devontae at the Rams. You got Nakua there as well, and
Third round.
yeah, you drafted him like really early. There's such other good players there. But Yep. So that's mine.
What about you, Paco?
I think we might have the same trap player Nickelback, but Devon Achan. I mean, like I said earlier, I don't think he's playing every single game this season. I think you have to start him. He's gonna play. He might. Who knows what the Dolphins are gonna do? I think he's a trap player. So, um, the hero player, I'm gonna go with. Ooh, is it cheating to say Derrick Henry? Because
Oh, it's whoever you want.
so I'm gonna say Derrick Henry. I mean, he's been going back in the second round this year, which I think is too low. If I mean, there's the worry he's gonna fall off the cliff. But if you guys remember it, when they played the Buffalo Bills last year, he like broke a long TD run. He outran three DBs, just outran them straight up, outran them for a touchdown. Like, okay, this man is gonna be around for a year or two at least. So this man has a lot left in the tank, and he's gonna put up points this year. So he's gonna have to put up a lot of points for Johnny's team. So
Yeah, he's always had incredible top end speed.
yeah.
Not to copy you exactly, Paul, but I'm copying you exactly. I love Derrick Henry. I think he's going to be amazing. If this team is going to be any good, like any good as meaning like 3 game wins. Like I don't know how this team wins 3 games, but Achan is going to be the trap player because he's going to be on your bench, and the trap is that you drafted him in the first round. It's you look at this team and where the points going to come from. It has to come from Derrick Henry. It'd have to come from a Devontae Adams, who is he a number one on that team? Is he a veteran mentor on that team? What is he doing on that team? DJ Moore, very solid, like you said, Steve. Brock Bowers, I think he'll regress a little bit. Still be good. Not really a believer in Devontae Smith, but if AJ Brown's hurt, he'll be good. And then this might be a worse bench than Vinny's. At least Vinny had some hope on his bench. All I'm seeing is people in wheelchairs. Calvin Ridley.
Actually, I'm going to change my hero. I'm going to change my hero to Ramondre Stevenson. I think he's going to take over the role from Hendrickson. And really.
I just don't like this team at all. I'm sorry, Johnny, but yeah.
I don't hate as much on A-Chain as you guys do, but yeah, the team's going to need some things to align.
Yeah.
Great Pauls think alike.
This is Tokyo, Josh Fry.
Oh, well, I'll just start because I've already mentioned these guys' characters. My hero is Kenneth Walker. I think he's going to be the main guy pushing him to victories. My trap player, London. Not that it's going to screw him over. I just think he took him to high values. And I think he's going to have some really disappointing bad days from him. Like he's going to have days where he gets like 5 points, 7 points. So that's mine.
For me, I have Chuba. Chuba was amazing. He was the only reason why I actually won maybe 1 or 2 games last year. And I think he's going to be amazing this year. His trap player, James Conner. Not because he's bad, but because of the opposite reason. I think because he has neighbors and he has Drake London, he's going to want to start all those wide receivers. And because of that, James Conner is not going to play. And that's going to be a trap that he's going to fall into almost every week. He's not going to start James Conner. I think James Conner, the running back, you have to start every week. Time will tell, but I think James Conner is a beast that needs to be starting somewhere in that lineup, and I just don't think he can right now.
Well, I mean, I don't think he has to, because if Chuba Hubbard actually just continues what he's been doing, then that'll be fine. If Chuba Hubbard falls apart, James Conner is going to start right away.
Yeah, but I think James Conner is a 15 to 30 point a week running back that you need to put in just for that high floor.
Jeez, though, man. I do like his running backs, his receivers. Like he's got the Bo Nix, Evan Ingram. But if you take out James Conner, his bench is kind of like Matthew Golden could be good. I know that people are high.
I don't hate his bench because Chubb.
Well, after that, Jacoby Myers trash, Trey Benson trash, Nick Chubb
handcuff for Connor.
Huh?
Trey Benson the handcuff for Connor. I don't hate that.
Trey Benson, I don't think is going to be a startable running back if Connor gets it. I guess that's fine. Yeah, handcuff. That's true. It is a handcuff.
And then I look at Golden as just like a fun coupon where he might be really good, or he might just be nothing.
Just do me a favor and drop Jacoby Myers.
Wait, Golden might be number 1 honestly, because Watson's injured, Reed is banged up. Who's the
Yeah.
other? Like Golden might be the number one receiver in Green Bay. Like I mean,
But
he's on your bench.
but
So
Green Bay
I think
has a
that's good.
really tough schedule for the first little bit. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm actually kind of low on Josh's team. So maybe it's good that we have some difference in viewpoints. But like
I'd
okay,
appreciate that
never
from
mind.
Josh.
Yeah, he picks all the guys that aren't flashy, like Neighbors, Hubbard, Evan Ingram. Like they don't feel good, but I guess they're good. I guess Chubb Hubbard was good last year, and it's hard for me to accept that. I guess I don't know.
No, yeah, I agree with the Chuba Hubbard thing, but he was good. But I'm
Yeah.
fading. I did not want to have him on my team.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So, my hero isn't a player. It's a hamstring. It's the hamstring of AJ Brown. If this hamstring can stay healthy, this team will have a great wide receiver on it. So that's my
awesome.
hero. It's the hamstring of AJ Brown.
It's the greatest hero, actually.
And then the villain. Let's see, Chuba Hubbard. I can't get over the fact that this guy is a good fantasy asset. Okay, maybe I just need to get over it. Maybe I'm just dead wrong, but Chuba is my villain. He's not that good, but maybe he is. Maybe I'm just wrong. So.
And then how many are left?
1, 2, 3, 4 more left.
Okay.
So we're gonna go to your team next.
We're gonna have to just go a little quicker, just because we're running out of time on this Zoom too.
Works good. All right, so my hero for this is Stephen Marshall's team. I mean, I think it's Karen Williams. I think you got him. I didn't expect you to get him. I think
did you check the name, Paul?
Yeah, I didn't quite understand sending hate to Mexico and Asia. You're gonna have to explain that.
Okay, Josh and Paco. Anything else?
Oh, okay.
Brown power.
But yeah, no, I love Karen Williams on your team. And hot take, I hate Pickens with an enormous passion on your team. I don't know why you're starting him. He's going to be the third string wide receiver on the corner flipping burgers soon. That guy and they had cakes. And you're starting him? Oh.
You're going to watch Dak Prescott throw.
I loved Addison. I love that Addison pick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm excited about Addison too. But you're going to watch Dak Prescott throw for almost like over 300, almost 400 yards every game. They're going to lose a bunch of the games, but the receivers are going to eat both of them.
We'll see.
Pickens is going to be an asset, dude.
So, Steve, who do you have as your hero?
I didn't pick a hero or a trap for me myself.
Okay.
So, my hero, and I was actually very much down on Pickens at first, but the more I thought about it, he's my hero now. I think the first game in particular, he could eat tonight. Like the game's starting in a few minutes, he might eat because he's a new wide receiver. Dak can spread the ball around. What do you do with your new receiver in town? You give him the ball, make him feel included. Look at I remember Antonio Brown when he first played with Tom Brady, got like 3 touchdowns in his first game. Like you gotta give your new receiver some love. CD will get his targets eventually. So Pickens has a fresh start. Maybe he'll rein it in for a season, especially if the Cowboys play good. I think Pickens could be the hero for this team.
Yeah. Any last thoughts, Steve? Where are we going this year?
No, I just keep thinking about how Pickens and CeeDee Lamb in a locker room, and just like I don't know how they work together. Like they're like egomaniacs.
Yeah, that's my problem with your team.
All right, well, let's go to the next.
Lukey.
For
me personally, you can't go away from Justin Jay. I love him. I think he's great. I think the trap this year will also be Ricky Pearsall. I don't know why people love him. I don't know why he drafted him so high. He drafted him in the 8th round. There were still other good options. I just don't believe in Ricky Pearsall. I think he's the waiver guy.
I'm completely fine with that pick because he has Justin Jefferson, Nakua, and Hill. So we might as well take a guy that might have a really big role this year. I think Parcell, 49ers, the ball's going to go somewhere. So, but yeah, so I'm not as down on that. But my hero is Kelsey. My hero is Kelsey because I actually think he's going to actually do pretty well. I don't think he might be like old Kelsey, but he'll score consistently 15, 20 points. Like, he'll be a good tight end. Yeah. And then my trap player is Jalen Hurts. I actually think he's not going to get as many rushing touchdowns. and I think he's going to regress as being a very good fantasy quarterback to just like a decent one.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Okay.
Yeah. So Puka is 100% my villain. So the first 2 rounds, Puka, Neighbors, Achan, get me away from any of those. So I mean, Puka's got Devontae Adams in town. Stafford's barely practicing. Stafford's like hanging on by a thread here. Puka has been known to be injury prone. His quarterback's injury prone. I don't see. I don't see it. I don't see it. I had
Yeah.
him for part of last year in a different league. I hated it. My hero is Tyreek Hill. Everyone's
Mm.
down on him. If he goes back to prime Tyreek, watch out. This team is. I don't know how you're going to beat him if everyone else is healthy. Like if
Yeah.
Tyreek's going nuclear. Jefferson, I know, I get it. He'll get his targets. He's as QB proof as they come. I'm saying that as a Jefferson owner, 3 of the last 4 years. Maybe I'm wrong this year, but I mean, yeah. If Tyreek Hill goes off, this team is. I don't know how you beat it, but
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, I see it. Any last thoughts on this?
No, we're all
I
good.
don't think this is gonna be a. I think it's gonna be a pretty good team, but I think you lose week 1. Sorry, Luke.
You play week 1.
I do.
I love it. I love it.
Dan, newest member of the West.
Welcome, Dan. Welcome.
Already talked about Harvey, how I feel about him. I don't think he's the trap, though. I think the trap is Pacheco. I just don't really think he's going to be very good. And I think his hero, honestly, is going to be Nico Collins. Not just because he's a machine guy, but we saw what he could do last year when he was healthy. He's only going to come back, and you saw what that offense was without him. Just not a good offense. So him coming back, I think he's going to be the hero. And I think he's going to carry the team. His wide receivers are really good. I like Dan's team. But Pacheco, I don't love that pick. I don't, not really reliable. You know?
Yep. So my hero is Nico Collins. I think he's going to be the best, like for him, like just going to do really well this year. And then my trap player is Harvey as well. But like they're kind of both the same. He picked them the same spot. They're both similar to me on this running backs. I think one of those is going to really screw him over. But hopefully Breece Hall's good. Pacheco, who knows? We'll see.
Yeah. My hero is also Nico Collins. Dude is a monster when healthy, which leads me to my trap player. My trap player is CJ Stroud. If he throws him another hospital ball and then Nico's out for the season, this team might be done. Like,
yeah,
I like that.
Maybe I shouldn't be hating on players, but I don't know. I don't know if Stroud throws hospital balls or not, but like, because Tank Dell got injured last year, Nico got injured. I don't know. Maybe that's just how it went. Maybe that's very unfair to CJ Stroud. So maybe I'll just stop there because that's might be unfair.
Well, the IQ is a little lower in him. We've heard. Maybe he doesn't know how not to.
He didn't come here to play
players.
school.
All right. Well, is that everything?
We can go over my team real quick.
Yep. We need to see Pickles.
Yes.
All right. Oh my gosh. Kidding me?